We're nearing the end of the week. Can't even think if I've done any updates. Construction space is looking pretty good. Still just got to get rid of this area. Remove the bricks that were there, and that pallet is just full of termites. My Year 12s are working on their small sawhorse using those plans. Starting to get into the flow of it. I've got these cupboards sorted out a bit better. So all their stuff is in here. Year 11 stuff in here. They've got a brand new project, which is the first time I've been doing it too, and it's a mallet. It's not an ordinary mallet in terms of some of the shaping, so I'm gonna have to do a good marking out exercise in class tomorrow.
Friday the 1st of April, just realised before I started. April Fool! I've been trying to not talk about COVID, it's been on my mind, but the brand new Omicron strain, which I'm believing that's what's going around, because they're saying it's so much more infectious and etc, but it's not as bad for people, but that's going to depend on the person. Anyway, it's been quite annoying that people have just gone around and gone, yeah, COVID's over, it's all done. When I can tell you that, and this is the reason I haven't wanted to talk about it, is because of the way it's affecting work. There hasn't been a week where we haven't heard that a student's now at home on isolation due to COVID, or because someone in their family, one of their brothers or sisters, be between half a dozen and a dozen staff out at the moment on isolation, either because they caught COVID or someone who in their family has caught it. And I'm constantly touching wood, and we're constantly checking that I'm still COVID free, and a couple of my staff are still COVID free. It's just crazy. We still have to do our rat tests, still coming up negative, thankfully. Never enjoyed failing a test as much as often as I have this. We've got 1 week of school left until the Easter holidays. I don't know really why people have such an aversion to wearing a mask as a sign of personal protection and respect for other people around you. I'm just happy that I'm back at work, that we're not locked up in our houses for, like, when it was at its highest, I appreciated being in my house. It meant I didn't have to go out and mix around with people. Teaching practical subjects is near on impossible remotely. So it's been fantastic being back at school for that, because the kids are learning, the kids are doing stuff, they're being hands-on and all that sort of thing. Like, I've been able to handle doing that because I'm wearing a mask all the time, sanitizing your hands and keeping social distance and that sort of stuff, but I'm able to actually work. And I'm noting that all of the people who are off with COVID themselves are all the people that aren't masking up. So you can say that, but the mask doesn't protect you. It's to protect others from you in case you've got it. But if you've got it, you've got to stay home. You've got to isolate. And the isolation period has been dropped to 7 days now. It's no longer 14. You've got to have tested negative in order to return to school. And I think you have to have tested negative a few days in a row or something. You're supposed to keep checking yourself. I feel bad for families who they have to isolate because one of their kids catches us at school, at their own school, because the mask mandate is gone. They were never really strict with the little kids having to wear masks. It was only mandated for high school kids. I think the biggest frustration and fear I have with it right now is that, yes, the mask mandate has been lifted, so many people are getting around without them. And then again, you see they're the people who are also coming up positive with COVID. How long were they infectious before they realised? Because what if they weren't very symptomatic at first? Because they're only going to test, like, we have to test every couple of days for work anyway. But what if you feel fine and you don't test until you start to feel crook? You could have already been infectious and you're getting around without masks on. Masks are frustrating, especially for people with beards. I can't groom it properly. But it's a small, minor inconvenience to have to deal with, to have the freedom to be at work every day and to be able to go to the shops and go around life as normal, but just put a mask on when you enter a store, put a mask on while you're at work. The department did say that short-term mandates may come back. Things like having to wear masks if there's any sort of